Welcome to the Music Show. I'm Ray Braselton, your host.
And I'm Nick Rita, co-host.
And we have a very good group for you today. This group does Latin music, and the name of this group is Gruposon.
Gruposon.
Gruposon. And it's they do all kinds of different Latin music, too.
I
believe merengue is one, and
Comasigams, they do the Comasigams very well.
There's several different types, and you'll find out. They'll talk about these different types of Latin pieces.
We'll let
that
them
they do.
talk about it.
Right? Since we can't pronounce Spanish that well.
Right.
So we're looking.
Have trouble with English sometimes, right?
We're looking forward to having these guys entertain you for today. They're actually from all over Rochester and Wayne County. I think probably Ontario County. They're from all over the area. They play out at different functions. Some benefits is where I met them, actually.
Right.
And they do everything from parties to even, I think they even do some church music and for church.
Hearing that.
And you'll be getting to enjoy this very dancing type music.
Actually, originally they were from
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. One of them's from
El Salvador. Yes.
And a lot of different.
And so there's different Latin influences in this group. I think
that's the neat thing about this kind of music. The influences come from different places. So
different Latin American areas and not Latin American, just Latin areas, Spanish speaking countries.
Sure.
So this will be a real fun show for you. We will talk about also their instruments, their Latin percussion instruments, and maybe give you a demonstration on how they sound and who plays them. We'll be talking about the places and the venues maybe that they play at and get a little bit more detail.
They'll be doing the showcase. And the round table.
And the round table.
Okay.
And then, of course, we can't forget Uncle Nick's Corner, as usual.
Uncle Nick's Corner, as usual. What are we going to do today?
Uncle Nick, I think, is going to teach you the cuatro today, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that, but...
We have 4 of them, right?
That's right. So this is our show for today, and stay tuned.
Don't turn away, right?
Well, unless you want to turn that way, this is the group right here.
Oh, okay, yes. But I'm telling them not to turn their dial.
Don't turn your dial.
Do that thing with the remote they do. We don't like that.
Just turn around and look at these beautiful people here.
Cool.
So, enjoy the show.
Gruposon con ustedes va a ser la bachata que ya por título Siento Que Te Quiero. Amor, 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 con sentimientos, ahí.
Por
destino nos separó y yo vivo triste, mi amor, deseando tu calor. Pero si Dios lo quiere así, que nunca más te vuelva a ver, te deseo con mucho amor que seas feliz, muy feliz, mujer. Porque viste mi vida, la felicidad, cuando te besé por primera vez y la mente logró con todas sus mentiras separarte de mí, destrozando mi vida. Hoy yo le pido a Dios volverte a encontrar, porque nos merecemos otra oportunidad para irnos bien lejos y podernos amar, donde la gente mala no nos puede encontrar, y amarte sin fin, que ya nunca podrás separarte de mí, y amarte sin fin, que ya nunca podrás separarte de mí. Amor, 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 amor. Siento que te quiero, aunque no se puede ver, este amor inmenso que está dentro de mi piel. Siento que te quiero, aunque no se puede ver, este amor inmenso que está dentro de mi piel. Amor, 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 amor. Con mucho amor. Ahí. Muchas gracias.
Hi, and welcome to our interview here at the music show. We have for you a great group called Gruposon. I believe I have that right. And they're a great group from all over the area. They do, I'd say, Latin music. What would you say, Latin? No?
Yeah, you can say Latin music, música latina.
Okay, so Musica Latina?
Yes, it would be all different kind of music, like merengue, salsa, bachata, bolero, cumbia.
I'm going to ask you about those, but I will start out with getting your name, and it is?
Nestor Ortiz. I'm from Yauco, Puerto Rico.
Great. And what instrument do you play?
I play timbales
And
and
that-
sing.
And these here.
Yes,
And you play it in the band for most all the time?
yes.
And Jose, introduce yourself, Jose, and what you play and where you're from.
My name is Jose Santel, and my nickname is Neko. And I'm from Salinas, Puerto Rico, and I live in North for 43 years.
In Newark.
Yes, 43. And I play for about 5, 6, 7 different bands, plus the choir groups.
That's great.
And I play bass. I also play guitar.
Great. And
My name is Nemencio Carrion. I'm from Canovanas, Puerto Rico.
look at the camera.
I'm the singer, and in Christmas time, we use this kind of instrument. There's a cuatro from Puerto Rican cuatro. We use them in Christmas and special occasion. You know.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the cuatro, it's called.
Yeah.
It's got 10 strings, and it's, I don't know why they call it cuatro, though. Isn't that 4?
They call it cuatro. They got 10 string, and that's very special instrument from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
The only one.
And do you do a lot of a lot of the singing
Yes,
with the
that's
group?
what I do.
Right,
Yes.
and sometimes play the cuatro?
No, he played the cuatro.
Ah. And then we have in back of us, if you want to just pass them. Oh, well, here, let's go to, what's your name?
Luis,
Can everybody see him on the camera? Louis? And Louis, what do you play?
the bongos,
How long have you been playing? 10 years, 20, 30? How many years have you been playing?
About 3 years.
3 years.
We got a lot of good shots of you on the bongos. You're really real nice shots. You'll like it. Who's that gentleman behind you? Can you just, maybe you can just, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Jose Eduardo Sanchez.
And what do you play, Jose?
The guira.
Guerra. Can you show it to me real quick? That's neat. And you're from what town?
Rochester, New York.
Uh-huh. And you've been playing with this group for a while?
Yes.
Yes. We'll get more into that. And then you are,
Puerto Rico, vine de Patilla.
okay.
Ajá.
And
Patilla,
Ajá.
en el 1962.
1962.
1962.
1962.
What's your name?
Fermín Sánchez.
Okay. Very good. And you play what instrument?
Toco tambora.
Can you pick it up?
Tambores.
Tambourine.
Tambora.
Tambora. Oh, and you also play
Bongo.
bongos.
Timbales.
And timbali.
Drum.
And drums. Boy, you play a lot.
Different group.
In different groups. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
And then we have Goldie. And what do you play, Goldie?
I'm a singer.
Singer, right. She sings. A beautiful singer and a good singer. And she also dances. I don't know if you watched her, but boy, she just knows all the moves. That's why they got her here.
Yes.
She's a good singer and dancer. And she also, I believe, is a DJ.
Yes, I'm DJ Goldie, the first Latin DJ from upstate of New York, and I'm proud to be a DJ for Latin music.
Boy, we got to get some of the website numbers, and I hope you guys, before the end of the show, we get your contact numbers to go to the bottom of the screen, website or phone numbers or whatever, and especially for you, Goldie.
I'm from Yauco, Puerto Rico.
That's
I'm
great.
Here today with the group SOM.
I'm so glad you had her come with us today. That's great. Now, I think, well, we'll both get you. I don't know, maybe one of us ought to get out of the way.
Yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So took microphone me.
You're
Oh,
special.
wow. My name is Geronimo Santel, hermano de Jose. My brother.
Oh, this is your brother.
Yeah, his brother. And we played together for almost 35 years.
That's
I played Mekanga about 35 years. We've been together for a long time.
the three of you.
yeah.
Three of you together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, family sticks together. That's
Yeah, I'm
good.
from Salinas, Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Okay, and we have one more here. Very, very special guy. He gives all the good background. Oh, we're
Yes.
doing this together.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, let's do it together.
Okay, my name is Carlos Rosal. I am from El Salvador. I have been here in Rochester around almost 19 years. I have been playing many bands, American band too, rock and roll. I'm really rock and roll, but I like Latin music too. And then I met my friends and they told me, the rhythm, because the rhythm is very important. Then my friend they showed me, the Latin rhythm like Puerto Rico. And then I play piano, but my main instrument is the guitar.
Yeah, we got you on video playing guitar. It's you do some good work on the guitar.
Oh, thank you
So
very
we're
much.
looking forward to seeing some more, listening to some more music with you guys. Just a couple more questions before we end the interview, and you can step back that way, Jose.
Okay.
I think thank you for your help there.
No problema.
Okay, I just wanted to again, as a group though, you played for only 6 months together. Is that right?
6 months.
Very good for 6 months. Might want to turn around so they can see you in the camera. I want to see your fancy shirt. And we've got different ages. We got all the way from age 8, is that right? Age 8 to 35 years of age, right? No, older than
62.
that. 62? No kidding. 65. We'll get out so we can see 65 years old. Okay. Very good.
62.
So we got then 35 and 35. No, you aren't 35.
55.
No. And he was mentioning the kind of music they did. They do, and let's see if I can say it, merengue, cumbia, bachata, and bachata, yeah, and bolero. Bolero. And that's what I want to ask you. Bolero is slow?
Slower than bachata.
Did you play any bolero as a, yet? I mean today, not today. Well, we'll have to listen to you some other time for some bolero. How about the cumbia? How is that? What kind of rhythm is that?
Cumbia is like guaracha, like a little guaracha,
Can you give me a beat?
From Colombia, you got,
Kind of a.
you got the beat from Colombia.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
That's cumbia. And then how about bachata? How's that beat on bachata?
Dale el bongo a mí. Oh, he's got it.
Okay, let's hear it. 2.
Done.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they could even hear that because we didn't have the mics up yet. But nevertheless, that's the different sounds you have. And you also have been involved with another group, which is a more of a, I would say, a church or gospel.
Yeah, gospel.
And it's called, I believe Los Creadores.
In English, the creators.
Okay, and that is again something you've done in church for a long time.
26 years.
26
Nestor,
years.
myself, and Geronimo.
And what church?
San Michael in Newark, and also in San Francis in Geneva, and San Michael in Penyan. We've been all over the
I
place.
guess so. Guys, we're going to have a good day with you today. So far, so good. I've enjoyed what you've done. You're going to do a couple more songs for us. So thank you for joining us on The Music Show.
Mi mujer cuando sale, sale de madrugada. Mi mujer cuando sale, sale de madrugada. Se va con mi vecino porque es muy buen amigo. Se va con mi vecino porque es muy buen amigo.
Te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, que sí.
Cuando va para el trabajo, me da mi pastillita. Cuando va para el trabajo, me da mi pastillita. Yo me quedo dormido, y ella se va solita. Yo me quedo dormido, y ella se va solita.
Te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, te juro que sí, que sí.
La gente dice y dice, y dice y dice y dice. La gente dice y dice, y dice y dice y dice. Que ella sale con otro en mi propia está muy bien peinada, como trabaja mucho, regresa despeinada, como trabaja mucho, regresa despeinada.
Seguro que sí, seguro que sí, seguro que sí, seguro que sí, que sí. Oh, seguro que sí, seguro que sí, seguro que sí, seguro que sí, que sí.
Welcome, everybody, to the music show and our showcase segment of the music show. And we have a group here that's going to tell us all about the percussion, Latin percussion instruments. So, are we about ready? We're going to learn. Oh boy, that's some makes you want to dance. Just makes you want to move like you, Goldie. Just move. So we have today, of course, Gruposon, and they are going to tell us a little bit about the different instruments. I think we're going to start with the, well, I'll let you say the name of it. Tamborin.
Or merengue.
And how do you play the tamborin? And for what kind of music did you say?
Merengue.
Merengue. Can you give us a little demonstration? Yeah.
That's nice.
Very good.
You use your hand and the stick then. Ah, that's nice, yes, yeah, right.
El palo. And the hand. La mano.
A mano and,
Y el palo.
yeah, yeah.
Spanish there, Nick.
I'm Italian, I don't know.
And then we have for you what are these
Conga?
instruments here called? The conga. And you have one that's got a deeper tone and a higher tone. Very good. And
It's like-
what kind of a beat would that be? A salsa. And we have now another interesting instrument, güero, is it? Güera. And how is that played? Does that have any past history on how it was made or how it was originally made, or has it always been aluminum, or has it been a different type of wood or anything like that? Or is it-
Well, there's two different kinds. There's a vegetarian, which is the guiro, and then there's this one that's the guira that comes from Santo Domingo. And the one that's guiro comes from Puerto Rico.
Okay, here's the one from Puerto Rico. It's a
That's the
güero.
organic one, right?
Organic one.
Organic. Play that one over there again. Yeah, the different sounds are pretty cool, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Us guys from the
Very
60s
good,
like
very
the
good.
organic one a little better.
Say it again.
They use the guiro for aguinaldo. In Puerto Rico, they call it música jíbara. Like for plena. That's what
Folk type music. Great, great.
hillbilly music. They call it hillbilly music. Jíbaro,
Okay.
jíbaro.
Gotcha. And I think, Nick, you're going to have to use
Yeah,
the
we'll go
microphone
with
for them.
the youngster here with the bongos. Play a little bit.
That's what we got here. This is, I call it a cowbell.
Now, not only do you have different sounds for each drum, but it's a little different sound where you hit it on the drum, right? You can get different sounds on all of the, if you go more to the rim, it sounds a little higher towards the center, it gives a different one, right? So you go right across and you almost get different tones out of it.
On the, what's this, timbales? What's this one?
Tambora.
Tambora?
And is that used with the hand also? You're using sticks, or do you use a hand on it?
Stick in a hand,
Oh, a stick and a hand.
right, yeah.
Gotcha.
And the same thing with all the drums. If you go from one area of the head to the other. You get the different tones for each one.
Oh, here's the timbales.
The
Right.
timbales, yeah.
Tamales? No, okay.
He's always thinking of food, right?
Give us a little bit of.
me hungry.
Yeah, you get hungry, you play the tamales. Would you play the timbales?
Timbales. It's like a little guaracha. So this is the cowbell. That's for salsa. This is just to fill in, like Santana song, guajira or things like that, bolero. Use it for salsa.
Slow songs.
Yeah.
I learned that, bolero.
Or paso
Slow.
doble. It's faster than bolero.
Were you going to say something real quick?
Yes, because most of these instruments are made from the brand that Tito Puente left, which is the LP brand.
LP.
Yeah, right.
I didn't mean to cut you short. You were going to say something? Or?
No, I was going to say, we have different kind of bells. All depends on the sound.
Yeah, right.
Now the sticks that you use, they're straight. They don't have the. They're not like the regular drumsticks that have the tip on them.
Right.
Right.
They use the round ones.
Right.
You should. Sometimes you can use it, but it's
specifically for that. Right.
right.
Now, on the congas, you never use sticks. The bongos, you never use sticks. That you use sticks or your hand.
The hand.
Right. And this you always use sticks. You very seldom
y el palo.
play. You very seldom.
Now, he was,
The scraper for the guero. Yeah.
and he was saying he had a Spanish name.
Like salsa, merengue, the palo, la campana.
Right.
They use for everything.
Okay. And that looks like a baseball bat.
Baseball bat.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You can play that a little bit with this and the salsa, like a salsa.
Oh, here comes the cuatro. Over here, the cuatro.
That's a nice segue right into the cuatro, which he was just playing. Could you get a shot of this, Mike? I'm not sure where he is with the cuatro. It's an interesting instrument. It has, let me get out of the way here, 10 strings, right?
10 strings.
Right.
There's 5 double string.
Double courses.
Yeah,
right.
double courses, yes.
Similar. Now, are those all? I see the first two are the same. Then the others are octaves.
Oh, yes.
These
right.
two are the octaves, right?
Yes.
Right. And it's called the cuatro because it's tuned specifically all the way across in fourths.
Yes.
Where the guitar has the one string, the second and third string has a third in it. This has all the fourths, just fourth.
Yeah, there's a name there.
Right straight across. And somebody who plays guitar could probably negotiate a lot of things on the cuatro if they looked at it a little bit. Play just a little bit more, just to get the. Real pretty sound. Now, we were talking a little bit before we started, and one thing, let me hold it a second. The back and the sides of this isn't like a traditional guitar where the sides are bent and then attached to the back. The back and sides are produced of all one piece of wood, where they took a big chunk of wood and just hollowed out the inside. And it's traditional, and it's only, I think Puerto Rico's the only one where you see the cuatro.
It was a very interesting showcase. We appreciate, and you're going to be using it on the show for all the instruments that you're playing.
A showcase for the show.
For the show.
Hey.
So we thank you guys very much for joining us. Okay. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining us on this special showcase.
Hi again, and welcome to Uncle Nick's Corner. As you see, I don't have my guitar in front of me, and I feel kind of weird without it. A guitar becomes a part of you after a while, just like anything else that you become so intimate with. But I'm going to talk a little bit more. We did a segment a while back about practicing, and I think the approach that we have for practicing is very important. and it's important to to our development. Sometimes somebody might ask me, can you learn to improvise? Well, as we practice and we perfect our skills on the instrument, we become a lot more acquainted with the instrument, so we can, as it were, talk a little bit more with it. That's basically what improvising is. That's basically what music is. And whether you want to improvise, or whether you want to compose, or whether you just want to mimic your favorite guitar artist, it takes a little bit more dexterity, a little bit more knowledge. Personally, I think that we would all sooner or later get past the desire just to mimic another guitar player. I know I have some favorite guitar players, Joe Pass, Django Reinhardt, all those jazz guys, and certainly I would like to be able to play with them, but I realize, that I may never attain a level of proficiency like they have. But I also realize that the more time that I spend with my instrument, the closer I can get to what I really want to do. I was reading an article one time, this is kind of like an aside, but I was reading an article on Jim Hall. Jim Hall is one of the best guitarists. He fits into a lot of different slots. He can back up a singer, he can back up a soloist, but he's a tremendous improviser in his own right. And he made him a remark one time that kind of tweaked my interest. He said that sometimes, as far as practice is concerned, he tells his students, why don't you just look at a Degas painting or a Manet, or look at one of the Impressionists, Gauguin, and just meditate on that. Just look into that painting. Meditate on things that are artful, meditate on things that are beautiful, and bring that into your music. And it's like an ethereal edge, but it's kind of like a different dimension to bring you into. But as far as what to practice, what I would suggest is, start practicing in your method book. If you're taking lessons, obviously your teacher is going to outline a lot of things that are good for you to work on. So work on your method book. Method books are designed to take you from point A to point B, and any good method book starts out simply, brings you up, and becomes more technically demanding as it goes. I know I have a lot of students, when we get to something a little bit higher level, they say, I can't do that, it's too hard. And I just say, what makes it simple is as you work on it, it gets a little simpler. Certainly you wouldn't want to go from reading in the first position up to the 12th position, and it takes little by little. Introduce position playing and then bring it up the fingerboard. And as you practice, another thing that you would practice is scales. But also arpeggios. Scales, even though scales and arpeggios are similar in their form, there's a little difference in their execution. The arpeggios, obviously, we're talking about broken chords, and the scales, we're talking about the different scales, the majors, the minors, augmented scales, whole tone scales. There's a lot of different scales that you can practice, and as you get further and further along in your development, you can hone these skills a lot better. Now, it's each one of us is a little bit different, and we can't fit each other into different boxes, and we make mistakes when we try to do that, trying to force somebody. But I do believe that as we're exposed more and more to a higher level of music, that we'll desire to play that better and better. And I think that as you approach it little by little, step by step, that you would actually get a lot better as you play. And personally, I think that your goal should be to be yourself, not to play what everybody else is playing, but to play what you internalize, externalize what's internal to you. Take the music that's in you and just bring it out. And we can do that a lot through practice. So anyway, until next time, I'll see you again. This is Uncle Nick's Corner. I'm Nick Rita. And again, if there's anything that you would like us to cover on this segment of the program, please write in or get in touch with our website. Well, until next time, we'll be seeing you. Bye-bye.
Nuestra próxima canción, un merengue, yo compuse este merengue. Dice así.
ti, hay merengue para gozar.
Las muchachas de mi pueblo lo bailan de medio lado con ese ritmo sabroso. El merengue pan bichao.
Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar. Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar. Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar. Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar.
Que escúchame bien al coro, que escúchame bien a mí. El merengue que te canto solamente es para ti.
Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar. Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar.
Las muchachas de mi pueblo lo bailan de medio lado con ese ritmo sabroso. El merengue pan bichao.
Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar. Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar.
Que escúchame bien al coro, que escúchame bien a mí. El merengue que te canto solamente es para ti.
Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar. Hay merengue para ti, hay merengue para gozar.
Ahí. Sabor.
Welcome, everybody, to our music show roundtable. We have with you today Gruposon, who performed for us several songs and gave us some real interesting insight into some of their instruments. Introduce you. Of course, I'm Ray Braselton, your host, and
Nick Radick, co-host.
then we have for you. Want to introduce yourself?
Nestor Ortiz.
Okay.
Jose Centao, and they call me Neko.
Nemencio Carrión.
They call you Grandpa, right?
Grandpa. Ray, we're all grandpas here.
Yeah, I think we all are.
At least of that age, you're close to it.
Well, we
And proud of it.
and proud as punch. So we got a lot of interesting things to discuss today, as we always do on our roundtables, and we have a lot of
We want
fun.
to do the mailbag first?
But we're going to do the
Yeah.
mailbag first, and the mailbag. You picked up that mailbag thing.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Somebody was asking how the minor scale was derived and how it is different from
Yeah,
the
different from
major.
the
They
major
were
scale.
they understood the major scale, but they were asking about the minor scale. The minor scale is pretty interesting in that each major key has a relative minor key, and it starts on the sixth tone of the major scale. Now, if you take, for instance, the key of C, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, obviously. And then the sixth tone of that scale is A. Now, we can derive the pure natural scale by starting on the A tone and going from A to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, using exactly the same key signature that we would in the key of C, which is no sharps and no flats. Now, the minor scale has two variations other than what we would call the pure variation. Also, the pure variation is also called the Aeolian mode of the C scale. But if we take that pure scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and if we sharp the seventh tone of that scale, that means we'd have A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp in A. We'd have what would be called the harmonic version of that scale. And that's actually the reason we call it the harmonic, is that's the one that we build the chords from that we're most familiar with. Someday I'm going to do a few Uncle Nick's Corners, and we're going to go pretty deep into the theory of all these things, but we'll do that for some later time. But the other variation of it's called the melodic variation. We have the A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So the melodic variation, we sharp just the seventh tone. The harmonic variation, we sharp the seventh tone. The melodic, we sharp the sixth and seventh tone. we come up with something pretty interesting there. We come up with a scale that is a major scale only with the flatted third. So it's pretty interesting. Actually, if that's a pretty good insight on the minor scale. If anybody would like something a little bit more in depth, keep watching our show. Like I say, I'll do something on it. Or you can also get in touch with us at our website, and there's a section there that they can answer questions, right, Ray? Or ask questions.
There are sections
Right.
in the website
So-
where you can ask.
Any question that you have, just email them in or mail them by snail mail, and we'll contend to any questions. We're not afraid.
It will be on your screen, of course, our mailbag address, which is 3329 Route 21, Marion, New York, and also our email address is on the website also, and on the bottom of the screen of the show here.
Right.
So you can look at that and watch for Uncle Nick Corners
Right,
here
yeah.
on the show. So
Do a
look
lot
into that.
of stuff there, a lot of interesting things.
So
In the Hispanic music, like you were playing, I heard some major, some minor. Sometimes there's a different sound to it. So sometimes you're playing minor, sometimes you're playing major, right?
Yeah, I play like C,
Mm-hmm.
which then C, and G,
Uh-huh.
and D.
Okay, and key D. All the guitar chords,
F,
right?
yeah.
Right.
which brings up an interesting question. There's a special name for a two-chord A minor, back and forth and back and forth.
Yes.
Do you want to say that on the air, the name of that?
There was,
The name of that style of playing A minor, two A minor chords back and forth
Well-
continuously? We were talking about it the other day.
yeah. Well, that was when I learned. My father, of course, he played a cuatro, and he used to play all over the place, and I was his like a bodyguard. Go with him. My mom say, "Son, hijo, go with your father. Vete con tu papá." I say, "Okay, mommy." You're watching, more ladies, with father don't do anything. But anyway, I hear these people play the guitar up and down like A minor. A minor and D minor, they go up and down. Que si matando, que si matando, que si matando. And I asked my father, what's that mean? He said, well, that means killing two. Killing two, that's the meaning of that, up and down.
So what's that called again, Que Se Mat?
Que se matando.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I
Yeah.
still can't
Yes, you did.
remember.
Yeah, Que
I
Se
heard about
Matando.
that. I had to have you
Yeah.
tell that on TV.
So-
What other places do you play at?
And we also play like Moose Club in Geneva, and American Leo in Lyon, and VFW in Newark.
Good.
We go.
Do you always
all
have
over.
the same instrumentation, or do you change some of the instruments sometimes?
Yeah, we change sometimes, yeah.
Some of the musicians too. don't you?
Musicians, yeah. Like Nestor here, my brother-in-law here. The Gruposon is those four over there. Carlo and Hirana, and Nestor is like a supposed to help him out when we need him. First, carry on the money, ask him to play, full time, but Nestor is talk to him, and he say, yeah, I'll be there when you need me, or let me think about it. But he's here with us, and I love to help him.
And there's like the three of
Yeah.
you. Are you the three, or that played together for 35 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, we,
The three.
no,
Oh, and
Geronimo, Nestor, and I.
Yeah, we play, used to go to Buffalo, Rochester,
Yes.
Syracuse. I was 16 years old. I started playing with the regular drums, American drums, just the bass and everything. That's what we started.
Yeah.
So we use it for merengues and
Yeah.
sometimes those drums.
Yeah.
Then we changed to timbales, but then we started, going out of town and with the same people.
Right.
Six of us.
Yeah.
So we know most of the time we play like cumbia, boleros.
That's slow music.
Yeah, well back then they didn't
I
have
got that down.
yes. Back in the 70s they didn't have the bachata.
No, they don't have the
They didn't have the bachata. They had boleros,
Uh-huh.
which are the Spanish, especially Puerto Rican from Puerto Rico. They like boleros,
Yes.
especially the old, the older people. Back, my parents, our parents,
Yeah.
Now, for us uninitiated, well, I hear a lot about a salsa. Salsa, that's a dance type, dance music,
You don't really do
Yes.
salsa.
No, we don't do
Yeah,
salsa.
no.
and that would use different instrumentation, or how?
We can use the same instruments, you know, the piano,
yeah.
the bass.
Right.
But see, like we used to, Carlos play the piano and he played most of the cumbia, which is
Okay.
very good.
Right.
Sounds good.
Has there been a progression of music from one style to another over the past? You said you started in 70, 72?
I-
68.
66.
66.
We start, and we named the band Liberty because everybody was single. So
Liberty Band.
Liberty Band.
Liberty Band, yes.
You also play in a group called Los Creadores.
Creadores. Yeah, that's
That's a church.
church, and that's
You've been doing that for a few years.
for 26 years.
What church?
I started in, well, when I started with Liberty Band, I don't know anything about gospel. I mean, I go to church, but I never play. And this nun, she came from Mexico, and somebody told her about me, about Neko. I said, hey, we know somebody, he plays good guitar. Well, I was home, just came back from Buffalo, 7 o'clock in the morning. She showed up with another lady, another nun, knocked the door. My wife, rest in peace, she said, Neko, it's two ladies dressed in black in there. I go, I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear. I'm tired. She said, please, please. I said, okay. So they came in, and she said, Sister Maria said, Neko, I heard you play guitar, and I need to talk to you. So she talked to me, and I said, but I don't know anything about that. She said, I will teach you.
Oh, boy.
She teach me.
So that influence lasted 26 years or so, you said, right?
Yes, 26 years.
And
when you play in church, is it a different music than you play
Yeah.
outside?
Well, the music, I changed a lot of rhythm because the way that I used to play, it was kind of, I don't know, kind of too slow and kind of sad, but I changed things like play music like merengue and bachata. You know, I changed it, and I talked to the priest. He said, no, it's okay. Whatever you play, the way you play is okay.
one thing I noticed, because I did hear them sing with that group over at the American Legion,
Yes.
I noticed a lot of
A
harmonizing.
lot of harmonies.
And boy, that's a little different even than what you do with Gruposon. A little bit different.
So, yeah, I started in 1980 in Newark. Then from there, 5 years in Newark. Then I went to Geneva, and then after 20 years, they talked to me. And finally, they hired me music director.
Oh,
That's what I
that's
am.
neat. That's good. You're going to be also doing the Puerto Rican Festival in Rochester. I believe it's August 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yes.
And that will be with other groups playing, or you the whole show? Is there other bands besides yourself playing?
Oh, you can talk
yeah.
about that.
Well, we try to get into the festival, yeah.
Right.
Try to get into. I gotta talk to the manager run the Puerto Rican festival, see if they give us a chance to get into the
Big-
system.
That's like 2 or 3 days, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 days. the
days,
festival.
Yeah, this is
3
10th,
days.
11th,
It
and
used to be
12th.
down at the tent right down on, yes, I have a tent on, what's the name of that street?
Broad Street, just by Broad.
Oh, is that where it is now? Yeah, I was thinking of right across from the park by the St. Mary's, across from Bosch and Lam. There was a little area
They
there
used
for a
to
long
be,
time.
yeah.
Woodbury Street, right near Woodbury Street, near Jiva is where they used to have the tent, but
They
now
used
it's
to
on-
have the tent down there, yeah.
Well, if you did want to know more about it, I believe there's a phone number here that you can call if you'd like to regarding that festival that hopefully you guys will be playing at, and people can come listen to you. Also, to mention that you're one of the ladies that sings with you, and she sung with you on the show. That's DJ Goldie.
Yes.
And she's actually one of the first Latin DJ, upstate New York Latin DJ. And
Yes.
she was a lady that was dancing with you on stage and made you guys look good. And
Added some class to that.
Added some class. But she's actually a very good DJ, and she's going to be doing her thing at the Barrio Festival.
Yeah.
And I believe that's at St. Miguel's Church, North Clinton, North Clifton, and where?
Near Clinton,
Oh.
near Clifford, right?
Near Clifford. Okay, Clifford.
St.
Avenue.
Michael's,
Right.
right?
Yeah, probably. St. Michael's. Yeah. And that is August 4th and 5th from 11 o'clock in the morning till whenever. And that's something you might want to catch with her
Right.
DJing. She has a real good DJ job there. And she plays out a lot for her. So this has been a real pleasure meeting you guys. Did you have any more questions for these guys?
I've got a ton of them, but we wouldn't be able to cover them all.
No, I'm sure we wouldn't, but we sure enjoyed you in the music show.
Thank you for bringing us over here.
I hope
Thank
you had
you,
as much
Ray.
Come
fun
back
doing
again
it.
sometime.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
Okay, so thank you again for joining us on the music show. It was a great show. Enjoyed it, and join us again very soon.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye now, everybody.
Ay, ¿qué? Escúchame, mami, que sí. Quiero que sepas muy bien, si te he mentido fue porque tuve miedo de pensar que te fueras otra vez. Pero ya tú estés arrepentido de perdonarme. Si quieres perdonarme, por favor escúchame. Escúchame y pregúntale a tu corazón si el amor no es una razón para perdonarme. Escúchame, no creas que ya no hay perdón. Acabarás con la ilusión de vivir por ti, mujer. Escúchame, mami, por favor. Ay, sabor. ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que abracé tu corazón? Dime qué te contestó para seguir adelante. Si no quieres tú volver, piensa detalladamente. Este amor sencillamente, hazme caso, escúchame. Escúchame